And after years of investigations and weeks of speculation from the former president himself, Donald Trump is set to make history as the first president, current or former, to face criminal charges. Now, this indictment remains under seal at this hour, so exact details of the charges are not yet available. But this all goes back to the former president's role in organizing hush money payments to the adult film actress Stormy Daniels. A check with Trump's name on it written out for $130,000 may have violated federal campaign finance laws in the eyes of the New York grand jury. All right, let's take a live look outside at the New York City courthouse tonight. It's quiet right now, and Trump has already responded to the indictment. In a full statement and also a tweet, he had said this: "These thugs and radical left monsters have just," he wrote indicated, it was misspelled, he meant indicted, "the 45th president of the United States of America and the leading Republican candidate by far for the 2024 nomination for president. This is an attack on our country, the likes of which has never been seen before. It is likewise a continuing attack on our once free and fair elections. The USA is now a third world nation, a nation in serious decline, so sad." All right, so joining us now to talk about this is Kaivan Shroff. He's a Democratic political strategist. He was also in Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign. And Kaivan, thank you so much for joining us. So as someone that's been steeped into politics, what was your first reaction when you heard Trump was indicted?
You know, I think this is a visceral moment for so many people, an emotional moment, people who have been fighting for this moment of accountability of anything after 2 impeachments, after the Mueller investigation. Finally, we've seen some steps forward in accountability, and it's just people are overcome, I think. And it's also, you know, you pointed out that tweet that Trump said about this becoming a third world country. What is happening in this moment is so dangerous. And a lot of us have been trying to warn people for years, but we're basically seeing him trying to incite, you know, terror around the country in response to this. And we saw that that's actually been effective for him, unfortunately. Last week, New York courthouses on 2 separate days received bomb threats, right? The Manhattan DA prosecuting the case got a death note with white powder in it. New York NYPD put up barricades around the city. I mean, this is not normal in any sense, but we need to also have people understand the gravity of this moment. I know that the announcement was delayed, but this is big.
And lawmakers on the Hill and also across the country, how are you seeing them react and respond to the indictment? And how did you expect them to respond?
You know, I think we've already gotten a preview because Trump teased that last week. People sort of already had their narratives going. We just saw Kevin McCarthy out with a statement attacking, again, Alvin Bragg, the Manhattan prosecutor on the case. That is so reckless and dangerous, and he should be widely condemned for that. I mean, joining Trump's team, adding fuel to that fire and that incitement effort is so scary. So to see the Speaker of the House jump on that bandwagon is horrifying.
So looking ahead, do you think this will help or hurt Democrats' chances in 2024? Because this obviously will be a motive for him to rally up support.
Yeah, you know, I think the people that were going to stick with Trump through this are going to stick with him through this. The reality is they want to cast this narrative that this is going to backfire on Democrats. You know, his cheating is what led to his election in 2016. So there's a sort of irony there. It's like either you let him cheat and get away with it, or you try to hold him accountable and they say that's going to let him win. I don't really see it. I don't think being on trial, you know, for months and sort of having this negative bent on his campaign is really going to reap any rewards or benefit. I think the people that are saying that are really wish casting. The reality is this is an incredibly seedy, unforgiving story. He paid off a porn star who he cheated on his pregnant wife with. It's not sympathetic in any sense.
And, you know, MAGA CEO had tweeted out and said that there was no crime involved in this. We're seeing also the other side of it where there is no blame. What's your response to that?
I mean, there was a crime, and in fact, Trump's own DOJ, right, sent Michael Cohen to jail for, you know, very similar behaviors. And I think the great concern here is that people want to dismiss this as sort of a technicality or something. Well, first of all, they got Al Capone on a technicality, right? If we remember that, for tax evasion, not for all those other crimes. And, you know, the reality is, those people wouldn't go after Trump for sexual assault that he's been accused of, for these 2 impeachments. There's nothing they would hold him accountable for. And this is a huge deal. Understand that but for this payoff, this hush money payment, Hillary Clinton would very likely have become the first woman president of the United States. She would have been the one leading us through COVID. Hundreds of thousands of lives literally could have been saved. I mean, this is a huge deal.
Thank you so much for being here, for your time. We appreciate it.